Hey everybody, and welcome to the PlantStock channel. Today I'm going to just make a quick video on VRYYF's recent Q1 report, which actually looks really well, and after that I'm going to start the live stream of the conference call, so make sure you be a part of that. I'll be really happy to be able to socialize with you. Now if you're new to the channel, my name is Jesse and welcome. If you're not new, welcome back. Now before we start with the Q1 report, I would really appreciate an early thumbs up as always, because it really helps with the algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to subscribe and don't forget that bell button. Thank you folks, I truly appreciate your help. Now if we take a quick look at the stock chart, ticker symbol VRYYF, in the Canadian TSXV, we can see that it's around 4.8 right now, and it's up about 1.7%. And the stock market's only been open about 15 minutes. And we can see the last 5 days, it's been going up pretty good. And I think it's related to that people are expecting good revenues in the Q1 here. Right, let's go into the news. So if we just take a look at the overall revenue, it actually increased with 608%, about almost 700% Q1 compared to Q1 of 2020, which is that they got about 2.6 million in revenue for this Q1, and last was about 338,000. So a huge difference, and increased 44% from 1.8 million in Q4. So really solid numbers there. And if you take a look at the poll that I did a couple of days ago, what most of you expected, it landed on this. And products units sold increased 77%, really good too, to 265%, 702 in Q1 2021 compared to 150,000 in Q4 2020. E-commerce sales increased about 1,700% to $2.2 million in Q1 for this year compared to last year being 180,000. Huge difference, and increased 52% from 1.4 million in Q4 2020. Really good results with 52% there in such a short amount of time. Just shows how popular this company is getting, right? And if we then look at the e-commerce sales as a percentage of the total revenue, remained at about 80% in Q1 of 2021. So we know that most of the sales are still from e-commerce. And that's something that's going to change when they get more stores. And that's what they're going to get this year. We're going to talk more about that, so stay tuned. And if we take a look at the wholesale revenue from the different stores, it increased about 230% year over year to 346,000 in Q1 of 2021 compared to only 105,000 in Q1, an increase of 36% from Q4 2020, so almost 40% there in just those couple of months. Really looking good. And wholesale distribution points increased almost 240%, wow, to 1,356 at the end of Q1 this year compared to 400 in Q1 a year ago, an increase 4.3% from Q4 to 2020. And then adjusted gross profit was 36% in revenue in Q1 2020 compared to 37% of revenue in Q4 2020, right? And I think also we could take a look here at the adjusted general and administrative expenses remained relatively flat at about 2.4 million Q1 2021 compared to 2.1 million Q4. So not much change there. A little more, but it's not so strange considering what they're doing now. They're expanding like crazy. And then the adjusted EBITDA was a loss of about 5.4 million in Q1 compared to only 3.2 in Q4. So, and that is also, again, it's not very strange considering what they're doing here, right? They are expanding, they are investing in the company, right? They're investing in R&D, they're investing in new facilities, building them up, right? So nothing to be worried about, in my opinion. And something I didn't know here is actually that it was voted as one of the best vegan butcher shops by Vet News in April 2021. I thought we could take a look at that here. If we take a look at this big vegetarian vegan magazine, Vet News, they took a look at the most popular vegan butcher shops, and the first one was actually the Herbivorous Butcher in Minneapolis, in Minnesota, I guess that is. And they were doing like very well here. But in the second place is Very Good Butchers in Victoria, Canada, and US shipping, stating that not far behind the Herbivorous Butcher, this Canadian vegan butchery began at the farmer's market stall in 2016 before opening its brick and mortar in 2017. The company places an emphasis on butchering beans to make their meaty products, as we know, along with mixing in natural ingredients such as jackfruit, wheat gluten, and mushrooms. We love that we're familiar with all of the ingredients on the label. Items range from vegan steaks to burger patties plus sausages and chorizo. And this was second place out of 7. So pretty good, I would say. And we get some interesting information here from Mr. Scott, CEO Mitchell Scott. Quote, "We have once again reported record quarterly results as a result of growing interest in our brand. This strong growth trajectory that we have achieved quarter over quarter is driven by our ability to strategically enhance our operational capabilities, optimize our logistics network to meet the increasing demand from our e-commerce channel, and secure new wholesale distribution partnerships to expand our geographical footprint across North America." Overall, sales increased 44% from Q4 2020, supported by production from our Victoria facility as the Rupert facility was being commissioned. Our products are expected to be on shelves of major US retailers starting in October 2021 and smaller natural chains in August 2021. Amazing news, right? Larger US retailers in just a few months from now. Looking forward to that. Lockstep with the ramp up of production at our Rupert facility. We look forward to building upon this success and reaching our 2021 goals, including the capability to fulfill upwards of 5,000 e-commerce orders a week and establishing approximately 15,000 points of distribution in Canada and the US, while continuing to build on our position as a leader in the plant-based food industry. Folks, let me know down in the comments, what do you feel about this? And I do suggest that you go into this and read yourself, of course, but if we take a look at the corporate and operational highlights, I think one of the interesting parts here is that we know that they completed the first production line at the Rupert facility, right? Which is expected to produce up to 37 million pounds, which is amazing. And that's over 2021. So I guess when it's phased in, it should actually be finished by the end of the year. So they'll be able to produce 37 million. So it would be an increase of about 2,700% of annual production capacity over fiscal 2020. Amazing. So we will see a whole other revenue number in the year from now, right? And as we know, since May 2021, as they announced, Line 1 is now producing saleable product consisting of 7+ SKUs from our existing product line already in the market. But also what I find really interesting here is that the second line is supposed to open up now in Q4 2021. And as we talked about before, the gluten-free options, right? That is expected to produce at least another 6+ SKUs not yet launched in the market under our new gluten-free product line. Boom! Butchers Select. Love to hear that. So I must say, and I hope you folks agree with me, they are performing extremely well. I mean, their incredible increase in sales is a clear indication that this company is getting more and more popular, and we can see us increase in just a few months. Yes, incredibly when it's compared to a year over year, but still very incredible. 44% increase in just a few months. That is what we want to see in a growth company. And about 80% of those revenues is from e-commerce sales. And as we know, they are only at about 300 stores. Now, what I know right now, we'll see if they talk about something in the e-commerce sales, but it's stated that up until the 31st of March, 300 stores. And as we know, they are expected to be around 3,000 stores by the end of the year. So these 80% and 20% from wholesales is going to shift, right? We know that, right? It's going to shift, and it's probably going to be like this instead. And that's going to, of course, mean a whole other revenue stream. And equally as impressive is that these sales are basically only based on the Victoria facility, right? That it's a much smaller facility compared to Rupert. And I imagine from the butcher shop and the restaurant. But as we know, we're about to get saleable products coming out of the Rupert facility now in mid-May. So it has already started. So I do expect that the Q2 report coming in a couple of months from now is going to be a huge difference in revenue. And I'm really keen on looking at that. What about you folks? What kind of revenue potential could we see in Q2? Let me know. I'm really interested to hear that. The only thing I found a bit odd with this report and the information that nowhere could I find in the document, and let me know if I was wrong, I actually looked it up by name, is the Patterson facility that is going to open in California. And as I've known, it's supposed to open up sometime in the end of the year, right? But it didn't mention it at all. But we might hear about it now in the conference call, and I hope to see you there soon. But still, a bit weird. Well, that was it for today, folks. I truly hope you got some value in today's video. And if you did, make sure to smash that like button. And if you want to keep getting more information regarding the Very Good Food Company, Tattoo Chef, Beyond Meat, Oatly, or other plant-based stocks, make sure to subscribe and don't forget that bell button. Thank you, folks. I truly appreciate your help. But don't forget, this was not financial advice. These are just my own opinions and thoughts. Do your own due diligence and invest safe. Hope to see you soon, hopefully in an hour from now. Peace out.